Now, in the first year syllabus, in third chapter, we are studied about the two relative terms. One is motion, another one is rest. Now, what is the motion? Object changes its position with reference to time and with reference to surroundings is called motion. Object changes its position with reference to the time or with reference to the surroundings is called motion. That motion divided into three types. Motion is divided into three types. Now, what are the three? Number one, translatory motion. Second one, rotatory motion. And third one is periodic motion. Motion is divided into how many types? Motion is divided into three types. What are the three? Translatory motion. Second one is rotatory motion. Third one is periodic motion. Under the translatory motion means object moves in a straight line. In translatory motion, object moves as a projectile. Translatory means object moves as a straight line or projectile. It comes under the translatory motion. Object rotates in a circular path with reference to a point is called rotatory motion. These we are studied in the previous chapters. Now, the third type of motion is periodic motion. Periodic motion. In 8th chapter, that is oscillations, in our first year syllabus, we will discuss all the topics under the periodic motion. Now, what is the definition of the periodic motion? A motion repeats. Repeat. A motion repeats in an equal intervals of a time. A motion repeats. Repeat. In an equal intervals of a time is called periodic motion. Periodic motion is denoted by the symbol of capital T. Periodic motion is denoted by the symbol of capital T. Now, what is a unit of the periodic motion? Second. Second is a unit of periodic motion. Now, in the periodic motion, that motion is repeats. That's why it is taken as two types. One is oscillatory motion or simply called oscillations. Another one is vibratory motion or vibrations. Now, periodic motion first type. Object moves to and fro. To and fro. Object moves to and fro directions in an equal intervals of a time. In an equal intervals of a time is called oscillatory motion or oscillations. Who moves to and fro? Pendulum in a wall clock. Wall clock, pendulum moves like this, to and fro. Otherwise, swing, uyala, swing. Number of further, these two are enough. Okay, which are examples of oscillatory motion? Pendulum and swing. Next, another type of the periodic motion, vibratory motion. Another type is vibratory motion or vibrations. Now, what is a vibratory motion? Object moves up and down. Object moves up and down directions in a very short interval of time. Like this. Very fast, very fast. Object moves up and down very short intervals of time is called vibratory motion or vibration. Who like that? Mass loaded spring. If you take a spring, mass is suspended like this, moves very fast. Otherwise the strings means musical instrument strings like this. లేదు మన ఇంట్లో బట్టలు ఆరేసుకునే దండం ఉంటుంది, టక్ 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 moves very fast. That is called as a which motion? Vibratory motion. Okay, these are the example. Number of are there. Mass loaded spring and string etc. comes under the which one? Vibratory motion. Now some of the objects are in a periodic motion but not oscillatory and vibratory. And what are that? That is important for 2 marks question in this chapter. Planets revolves around the sun. Our earth is there. It takes 365 days to revolve around the sun. Next year also 365 days. Time is changes. Time is not changes. Next, electrons revolves around. Electrons revolves around. Revolves around the nucleus. Around the nucleus. Or in periodic motion. Periodic but not oscillatory or vibratory. Okay, planets revolves around the sun. Our planet earth is there, revolves around the sun. It is repeats. Next, electron revolve around the nucleus or in a periodic motion or periodic but not oscillatory or vibratory. Okay, and this is one of the important question for 2 marks. Now harmonic motion, this is another technical word in this chapter. Harmonic motion. In the periodic motion, either oscillatory or vibratory, only these two, oscillatory or vibratory. In a periodic motion, displacement of particle. Okay, pendulum is combination of number of particles. Every object is a combination of number of particles. Pendulum, swing, mass loaded spring and string, in that one number of particles are there. Now in a periodic motion, displacement of particle expressed in terms of harmonic functions, which are called as harmonic functions, sin theta, cos theta. Which are called harmonic functions? Sin theta and cos theta, or shortcut sin and cos. Sin theta, comma, cos theta. These two are called harmonic functions. In the periodic motion, displacement of the particle expressed in terms of harmonic functions, that are sin theta, comma, cos theta. So periodic motion is called harmonic motion. Why the periodic motion is called harmonic function? In the periodic motion, displacement of the particle expressed either sin or cos. That's why it is called harmonic motion. This harmonic motion, 2 types. It is 2 types. One is called simple harmonic motion. Simple harmonic motion, shortcut SHM. Second one is damped harmonic motion. Shortcut DHM. Okay. Harmonic motion is how many types? Two types. Number one, SHM, simple harmonic motion. Number two, damped harmonic motion. Now, first we want to discuss about the simple harmonic motion. Now, what is the meaning of simple harmonic motion? Now, we know that in the harmonic motion, displacement of the particle is expressed in terms of sin and cos. That's why periodic motion is called harmonic motion. Now, let us take example of the pendulum. This is called mean position. What it is called? Mean position. Now, what is this one? Extreme position. What is this one? It is also called extreme position. What is this one? This is the mean position. It is extreme position. It is also extreme position. It is a pendulum. Next, another one. Mass loaded spring. It moves to and fro like this. It is called mean position. What it is called? Extreme position. It is also called extreme position. Okay, this is about the pendulum. It moves like this, to and fro, up and down. This is a periodic motion. It is also periodic motion. And the displacement of the particle in this periodic motion, is expressed sin and cos theta. That's why it is called harmonic motion. And harmonic motion is how many types? Two types. One is simple harmonic motion, another one is damped harmonic motion. Now, the distance from here to here, or here to here, or distance from here to here and here to here, middle of that, called A. What is A? Amplitude. What is A? Amplitude. The distance between mean position and extreme position is called amplitude or maximum displacement of particle in the harmonic motion is called amplitude. We have two definitions. What are the two definitions for the amplitude? The distance between mean position and extreme position. The distance between mean position and extreme position. Mean position and extreme position. Mean position and extreme position. Mean position and extreme position is called amplitude. Otherwise, maximum displacement. It is a maximum displacement of the particle in the harmonic motion is called amplitude. Okay, amplitude is nothing but a displacement, but maximum displacement in the periodic motion or harmonic motion is called amplitude. Now, which is called as a simple harmonic motion. When the object lies in the simple harmonic motion, now these must be have conditions. Simple harmonic motion conditions. Now, what are the conditions? Number 1, motion should be periodic. Number 2, motion of the particle moves on, motion of the particle moves, lies, motion of the particle, motion of the particle lies in an either sides of mean position. Next one, third one, displacement of the particle is proportional to acceleration of it and acts in an opposite direction, like this. A proportional to minus x. A proportional to minus x. A acceleration, x displacement. Next, fourth one, acceleration of the particle always lies towards mean position right. This is the fourth one. Fifth one, amplitude of the particle remains constant. If the particle lies in SHM, particle lies in the simple harmonic motion, it must have these conditions. Motion should be a periodic, means repeated. Motion of the particle lies on either sides of mean position, either sides of mean position. Displacement of the particle is proportional to acceleration of it and acts in an opposite direction. The equation is A proportional to minus x. A acceleration, x displacement. Now we want to prove this. This is important for 8 marks question in this chapter. And fourth one, acceleration of the particle always lies towards the mean position. Acceleration of the particle always acts towards the mean position. Always acts towards the mean position. Last one, amplitude of the particle remains constant. Amplitude should be a constant. Which particle or which object obeys these conditions, then that is called as a simple harmonic motion. That object is called simple oscillator. Which object obeys these conditions, that motion is called simple harmonic motion. That object is called simple oscillator. Okay, this is about the simple harmonic motion, and it is important for 2 marks question. Up to now, whatever we are studied, the topics all are important for 2 marks. Or discussing now the very important question in this chapter. The chapter is oscillations. Very important question in this chapter for 8 marks question. This is the 8 marks question. Now, what is the question? But how we can get this in the examination? First, define simple harmonic motion. In the previous class, we had discussed about the definition of simple harmonic motion. You must write the definition. After that, show that the particle is in a uniform circular motion on any diameter. In the circle, it is called diameter. Like this is diameter. The uniform circular motion of any diameter is SH, means simple harmonic motion. Means now we want to show that when a particle moves along the uniform circular motion of any diameter lies in simple harmonic motion. But in the simple harmonic motion, we know that displacement must be expressed either sin theta or cos theta. Anyone you take, either sin or cos, that is our wish. Now, how we want to show that? Now, let us see the board, and very important, all of you must be record this. Now, first, we want to take, this is a one circle. Its radius you take capital A. Along the circle, this is called, in the circle it is called circumference. Along the circumference of the circle, one particle moving with a angular, uniform angular velocity. What is the symbol for angular velocity? Omega. Now let us see. Consider a particle P. It is a particle P. Consider a particle P moving on the circumference. It is called circumference of a circle of radius. How much the radius of the circle? Capital A. With uniform. With uniform angular velocity. What is the symbol for angular velocity? Omega. Okay? Up to here it is full stop. Now, we take, this is the particle on the circumference of the circle, particle is located here. From this point we want to take one normal towards x dash. What is x dash? Diameter of the circle. Y dash, it is also diameter of the circle. But here PM is normal, drawn towards diameter x dash, and PN is also normal, drawn towards diameter y dash from point P. Means PM and PN are normals. What is another name for normals? Perpendiculars. PM and PN are normals or perpendiculars drawn from point P along x dash and y dash of the circle. What is x dash? Diameter of the circle along x axis. Y dash is the diameter along the y axis. Okay, x dash is the diameter of the circle along x axis. Y dash is the diameter of the circle along y axis. Towards these diameters we take two normals. What are the two normals? PM and PN. Okay, now see the figure. This is the angular velocity. We know that the product of angular velocity and time, product of angular velocity into time is called angular displacement. Okay, we know that. I would like to write one small here, angular velocity theta by t, then theta is equal to how much? Omega t. What is omega? Omega is called angular velocity. Theta is called angular displacement. T is the time. Take in this side theta is equal omega t. I am taken here. That is angle. Angle. Now from figure write the sin theta. What is the formula of sin theta? Opposite side by hypotenuse. What is opposite side? PM. What is hypotenuse? OP. What is PM? PM is Y. Y by A. So Y is equal to A sin theta. Y is equal to A sin. What is a theta? Theta is equal to omega t. Or theta is equal to omega t. Okay. From figure what we can get? Sin theta as finally Y is equal to A sin omega t. From figure you write the cos theta. What is the formula of cos theta? Adjacent side by hypotenuse. What is adjacent side? PN. What is hypotenuse? Adjacent side is PN or OM, anyone. PN or OM. By hypotenuse is OP. What is PN? PN is equal to X. What is the cos theta? Adjacent side by hypotenuse. What is adjacent side? PN by OP. What is PN from figure? X. What is OP from figure? A. So what we can get? X is equal to A cos theta, and finally what we can get? X is equal to A. What is a cos theta? What is a theta? Omega t. Theta is equal to omega t. Theta is equal to omega t. We can get the two equations. Along x axis we get one equation. Along y axis we will get one equation. Now y and x are the which one? Displacements of the particles. X and y are the which one? Displacements of the particles. What is A? Amplitude. Radius, but here what it is called? Amplitude. What is amplitude? We are discussed in the last class. Maximum displacement is called amplitude. What is the omega? Angular velocity. What is the omega? 2 pi n or 2 pi by t. What is the n? N is called frequency. What is the t? Time period. Now what is the frequency? What is the frequency? Number of oscillations or number of vibrations in 1 second is called frequency. Number of oscillations or number of vibrations in 1 second is called Frequency symbol for frequency is N. In some books we can write frequency is F also. Why? The frequency starts with the letter of F. Okay. Now, what is the unit for the frequency? Scientist name Hertz. Shortcut we can write Hz. What is the unit of the frequency? Hertz. Otherwise, second inverse. Second inverse. Next, time period. Now, what is the time period? Time taken for one oscillation is called time period. Time taken for one oscillation is called time period, denoted by the symbol of capital T. What is the unit of the time period? Second. Okay. Now, we are discuss now displacement of the particle in simple harmonic motion. Displacement of the particle in SHM, simple harmonic motion, is expressed either sin theta or cos theta. Now it is proved. Either sin theta or cos theta. Okay. Now it is our wish to write x or y, but here in maximum we can take x is equal to a sin theta. From the derivation we can get sin theta is equal to y. What is the y? Y is displacement. No need to take y. X also you can take. It is not a wrong. It is a correct expression. Okay. From the diagram we will get y is equal to a sin theta and x is equal to a cos theta. But don't worry about it. Compulsory you want to write y is equal to a sin theta and x is equal to a cos theta. It is not the correct. It is not compulsory. Okay. Now here I am taken as x is equal to a sin theta. It is also taken as what is the theta? Omega t. That's why x is equal to a sin omega t. Otherwise we can write like this also. X is equal to a sin omega t plus phi also. What is the phi? Phi is called initial phase. What is the phi? Phi is called initial phase. Okay. Anyhow, we can get the displacement of the particle in SHM, simple harmonic motion, expressed either sin or cos. But now we want to show that the acceleration of the particle in SHM, proportional to displacement but lies in opposite direction. Now we want to show that. To prove that, first you want to calculate velocity. What do you want to calculate? Velocity. See that slowly all of you record in your notes this one. Now I am dropping this. Now second one, velocity of particle in SHM is v is equal to dx by dt. What is x? A sin omega t plus phi. Now let us take a is common. Now v is equal to a differentiation of sin omega t is cos omega t plus 5 into omega. So v is equal to a omega cos omega t plus 5. Or this is the velocity of the particle is in SHM. Otherwise, v is equal to A omega. How we can write cos omega t? 1 minus sin square omega t plus phi whole power half. It is a mathematical expression you have studied in 10th class. V is equal to A omega into 1 minus, how we can write this one? X square by A square whole power half. Now A omega into A square minus X square by A square whole power half. Now we can write this as A omega root A square minus X square by root A square. So A omega root A square minus X square by A cancel. Root A square is equal to how much? A. So what is a V? V is equal to A omega root A square minus X square. This is the another equation for velocity of the particle is in SHM, and V maximum is equal to A omega. This is another formula. Okay. Why we can get V maximum is equal to A omega means X maximum is equal to A. X maximum is equal to A square what happen? Cancel. Okay, now velocity of the particle is how much? We have two equations. One is A omega cos omega t plus phi or A omega cos omega t. This is one equation. Now, what is another equation without harmonic functions? V is equal to A omega root A square minus X square. Now what is the equation for maximum velocity? The equation for the maximum velocity is A omega. Okay, is it clear? What is the velocity of the particle is in SHM? A omega cos omega t plus phi or A omega cos omega t. Now without the harmonic functions, what is the equation for the velocity of the particle in SHM? V is equal to A omega root A square minus X square, or velocity maximum is equal to formula V maximum is equal to A omega. Why? For maximum velocity X becomes A. X is equal to A. So V maximum is equal to A omega. Okay. This is the equation for the velocity of the particle is in SHM. Now, the third one and important. And what is that one? Third one. Acceleration of particle in SHM is. Now, what is the equation for acceleration? A is equal to dV by dt, d by dt into what is V? A omega cos omega t plus phi. Now A omega is common. Here I am taken A omega is common. Again A omega. What is the differentiation of? Differentiation of cos omega t plus phi. The differentiation of cos omega t plus phi is minus sin omega t plus phi into omega. So what happened? A is equal to minus omega square A sin omega t plus phi. This is the equation. Or A is equal to minus omega square x. Why? What is x? A sin omega t. What is the omega? Angular velocity, but it is uniform. So what happened here? A proportional to minus x. It is proved. What is proved? Acceleration is proportional to displacement acts in opposite direction. It is proved that acceleration is proportional to the displacement acts in an opposite direction. Okay? Is proved or not? Acceleration is proportional to displacement, but in acts in opposite direction. The negative sign is indicates opposite direction. Next, at x maximum A, therefore A is equal to minus, therefore A maximum is equal to minus omega square A. Okay, this is a very important question in this chapter for 8 marks. Now first we want to derive the displacement of the particle lies in SHM. After that we want to prove that acceleration is proportional to the displacement acts in opposite direction. What is the mathematical equation for it? Is A proportional to minus x, or A is equal to minus omega square x. Okay, now what is acceleration equation? Generally how we can get in the derivation form? A is equal to minus omega square A sin omega t plus phi. A is equal to minus omega square A sin omega t plus phi. By the substitution of displacement we get the acceleration. A is equal to minus omega square x. Okay, A is equal to minus omega square x. It is proved that acceleration is proportional to displacement acts in opposite direction, and at maximum displacement acceleration is A maximum is equal to minus omega square A. Okay, this is a very important question in this chapter for 8 marks. The particle lies in SHM. Its displacement expressed in harmonic functions. Next one, acceleration of the particle is proportional to displacement but lies in the opposite direction. Now we want to discuss about the graphs in this class. Graphs, we want to discuss 3 graphs. Displacement time graph, first one, velocity time graph, and acceleration and time graph. Totally 3 we want to discuss. Now first you see the displacement time graph. We know that the displacement of the particle is in SHM. X is equal to A sin omega t. What is the omega? Angular velocity. How we can write that? Omega is 2 pi by t. In the last class we are taken that 2 pi by t into t. Now let us take t is equal to 0. Substitute here t is equal to 0. A sin omega sin 2 pi by t into 0. So it becomes 0. Sin 0 is 0. That's why displacement is 0 when t is equal to 0. When t is equal to t by 4, 1/4 of time period, Substitute t is equal t by 4, t by 4, t cancel 2. What we can get? X is equal to a sin pi by 2. Sin pi by 2 means sin 90. Sin 90 is how much? 1. That's why x is equal to a. X is equal to a. Then after t is equal to t by 2. Half of the time period, what we can get? X is equal to a sin 2 pi by t into t by 2. Here t is equal to t by 2, t cancel, sin pi. Sin pi means sin 180. Sin 180 or sin pi is 0. Answer is 0. After that, t is equal to 3 by 4. Means 3 by 4th of time period. T is equal to t by 4, 3t by 4. So what we can get? A is equal to sin 3 pi by 2. Sin 3 pi by 2 is sin 270. Sin 270 is minus 1. So it becomes minus 3. And last one, t is equal to t means complete time period. Time taken for one oscillations. So substitute small t is equal to capital T. T cancel. Sin 2 pi. Sin 2 pi means sin 360. Sin 360 is how much? 0. So if we can take a table like this, table t and x, 0, 0, t is equal t by 4, x becomes a, t is equal t by 2, x becomes 0, 3t by 4 minus a, next t 0. See the graph, 0, t by 4 is a, t by 2 is 0, 3t by 4 is minus a, t is equal to 0. Okay, now this is the velocity time graph, displacement time graph. Now let us take velocity time graph. V is equal to a omega cos omega t. Omega is equal to how much? 2 pi by t into t. Substitute t is equal to 0. A omega cos 2 pi by t into 0. Cos 0. Cos 0 is 1. That's why V is equal to a omega. Then after t is equal to t by 4, 1 by 4th of time period. T is equal to t by 4. Take t is equal to t by 4. T cancel, 2 to cancel. What we can get? A omega cos pi by 2. Cos pi by 2 means cos 90. Cos 90 is how much? 0. That's why velocity is 0. Then after t is equal to t by 2, half of the time period. T is equal to t by 2. T is equal to t by 2. T cancel, 2 cancel. What we can get? A omega cos phi. Cos phi is how much? Cos phi means cos 180. Cos 180 is minus 1. So what we can get? V is equal to minus a omega. Next, take t is equal to 3t by 4. 3 by 4th of time period. Substitute t is equal to 3t by 4. T cancel, then what we can get? A omega cos 3 pi by 2. Cos 3 pi by 2 means cos 270. Cos 270 is how much? 0. So velocity is 0 and one time period, time taken for one oscillation. T is equal to t, a omega cos 2 pi by t into t. T cancel, cos 2 pi. Cos 2 pi means cos 360 degrees. Cos 360 degrees is how much? 1. So what we can get? V is equal to a omega. This is the velocity time graph. Now we want to take a table. What is a table? Time versus velocity. when t is equal to 0. What about v is equal to a omega? Then what about t? T by 4, second step. So what is the answer? Velocity 0. Next, 1 by 4th of time period is complete. Now half of the time period. So what is the velocity? Half of the time period velocity is minus a omega. Next, 3 by 4th of time period. Again, what is the velocity? 0. And finally, complete time period. What is the velocity? A omega. This is the table. This is the graph. T is equal to 0, a omega. T is equal to t by 4, 0. T is equal to t by 2, minus a omega. T is equal to 3t by 4, velocity is 0. T is equal to t, v is equal to a omega. This is the velocity time graph. Now what we want to discuss now? Velocity time graph is known as displacement time. Velocity time graph is called cos curve. Displacement time is called sine curve. Displacement time graph is called sine curve. Velocity time graph is called cos curve. Now acceleration time graph. What is the equation for acceleration? Minus omega square a sin omega t minus omega square a sin 2 pi by t into t. Now we want to substitute first. T is equal to 0. What we can get? A is equal to minus omega square a sin 2 pi by t into 0 minus omega square a sin 0 minus omega square a. 0 answer is 0. Why? Sin 0 is 0. Next, t is equal to t by 4, 1 by 4th of time period or 25% of time period. Omega square a sin 2 pi by t into t by 4. So t cancel, 2 is also cancel. Omega square a sin pi by 2. Sin pi by 2 means sin 90. Sin 90 is how much? 1. So answer is minus omega square a. And the third step, what you want to take? Half of the time period or 50% of time period. Now substitute that in the place of t. T by 2. T cancel, 2 cancel, minus omega square sin pi. Sin pi means sin 180. Sin 180 is how much? 0. Answer is 0. And next step, t is equal to 3t by 4. Then a is equal to minus omega square a sin 2 pi by t into 3t by 4 is equal to minus omega square a sin tt cancel, 2 cancel, sin 3 pi by 2. Sin 3 pi by 2 is how much? Minus 1. Sin 3 pi by 2 means sin 270. So answer is omega square a. And the last one, t is equal to capital T, x is equal to minus omega square a sin 2 pi by t into t. T cancel. So what we can get? Omega square a sin 2 pi. Sin 2 pi means sin 360. Sin 360 is how much? 0. Answer is 0. Now we want to plot a graph. Acceleration versus time. Acceleration. Here plus a omega. Here minus a omega square. Now plot the graph. And we know that the displacement of the particle in SHM proportional to acceleration but lies in opposite direction. Here it is 0, it is t by 4, it is t by 2, half of the time period, it is 3 by 4 time period or 75% of time period. Again we take a table, if take t and a, when t is equal to 0, acceleration also 0. When t is equal to t by 4, half of the time period or 25% of time period. What about acceleration? Acceleration is minus omega square a. Next, t by 2, half of the time period or 50% of time period. Then what about the acceleration? 0 and 3 by 4th of time period or 75% of time period. What about the acceleration? Acceleration becomes omega square a. And finally, one complete time period. What is the value? It is 0. Means displacement and time graph is called as sine curve. Velocity time curve is called cos curve, and acceleration time curve is also called sine curve, but it is in opposite direction. This graph also show that the acceleration is proportional to displacement but lies in opposite direction. This is the condition when the particle lies in SHM. Okay, displacement must be expressed either sine or cos, but acceleration is proportional to displacement but acts in opposite direction. As usual, amplitude in every situation we can take as a constant. Okay, this is about the graphs: displacement time graph, velocity time graph, acceleration time graph. Very important question in this chapter for 8 marks. Compulsory we will get one 8 marks question from this chapter. Already we are studied one 8 marks question. What is that? We are proved that when a particle is in SHM, displacement is expressed in harmonic functions, acceleration is proportional to displacement but acts in opposite direction. When a particle moves along the circumference of a circle with uniform angular velocity. From that we are proved displacement and acceleration is proportional to displacement and opposite direction. Now, simple pendulum, time period and seconds pendulum. But how we can get these questions in the examination for 8 marks? Define simple harmonic motion and simple pendulum. Derive the equation for the time period of simple pendulum. Then after, what is seconds pendulum? Writes its length and time period. Okay. Now, what is a simple pendulum? A weightless bob, just like a ball, a weightless bob like this. It is weightless. A weightless bob is connected at the end of twistless. What we can say? Twist. This is called twist. This is called a twisting. A weightless bob is connected at the end of twistless and also massless rope or thread. is taken from the rigid support is called simple pendulum. What is a simple pendulum? A weightless bob. A weightless bob. A weightless bob is connected at the end of twistless and massless rope taken from the rigid support is called simple pendulum. Now, in a simple pendulum, this technical word is important. Length of pendulum. What is the length of the pendulum? The distance from rigid support to center of gravity of the bob. This is the center of gravity. The distance from rigid support to center of gravity of bob is called length of pendulum, denoted by L. Okay, now it is in mean position, pull and released. Executes on either sides of mean position. This is the mean position, pull, released. It executes on either sides of mean position. When we can pull, this is the tension in the rope. Okay, now when we can pull and released, it is execute on either sides of mean position due to restoring force. Why the pendulum executes on either sides of the mean position? When we can pull and released, moves in this direction, then after this direction, moves in this direction, then after in this direction. Why? Why the pendulum executes on either sides of mean position when pull and released means due to restoring force. This restoring force is proportional to displacement. Simple pendulum executes on either sides of mean position due to restoring force which is proportional to displacement. Okay, see the figure. From figure, tensile force T is equal to tensile force T is equal to mg cos theta. This is the bob. This bob weight is acts in this direction. Weight is a vector. Vector is resolved into two components. One is horizontal component, another one is vertical component, that we are studied in 4th chapter. Vectors are resolved into how many components? Two. One is horizontal component, another one is vertical component. Horizontal component is expressed by cos theta. Vertical component is expressed by sin theta. That's why here, what is horizontal component of the weight? The horizontal component of the weight is mg cos theta. It is equal to tensile force. And what is the vertical component? The vertical component is mg sin theta. It is equal to restoring force. But what I am saying, it is proportional to displacement but in opposite direction. That's why tensile force T is equal to mg cos theta. Restoring force F is equal minus mg sin theta. Why? We pulled in this direction, but mg sin theta is in this direction. That's why we can take opposite sign. Now tan theta. What is the formula from tan theta? Adjacent side by opposite side by adjacent side. What is opposite side? A to B. What is adjacent side? O to A. A to B. We take as x. X is called displacement. What is L? Length of the pendulum. O to A, length of the pendulum. Here it is displacement. Displacement expressed by x or y, but here I am taken as x. In this direction is x. Okay. If angles are very small, we know the condition for small angles. This is the condition we are studied in 10th class mathematics. For small angles, sin theta is taken as a theta and tan theta is also taken as theta. So my f is equal to minus mg sin theta is taken as theta. Sin theta is taken as theta. Tan theta is taken as theta is equal to x by L. Substitute theta is equal to x by L into here. Means f is equal to minus mg x by L, equation 1. From Newton's second law, we know that when f is equal to ma. But when the particle lies in simple harmonic motion, when the particle lies in the simple harmonic motion, we are proved that what is the equation for acceleration? Acceleration is proportional to displacement, acts in opposite direction. what equation we can get it? When the particle moves along the circumference of a circle with uniform angular velocity, A is equal minus omega square x. You must be remember, this is very important point. Let us take this as equation 1. A is equal to minus omega square x. It is from SHM condition, simple harmonic motion condition. Compare equation 1 comma 2. M minus omega square x. MM cancel. XX cancel. Minus cancel. Omega square is equal to G by L. Remove the square. Omega is equal to root G by L. What is the omega? 2 pi by T is equal to root G by L. Take reverse. T by 2 pi is equal to root L by G. What is the T? T is equal to 2 pi root L by G. What is the T? Time period. What is the time period of simple pendulum equation? T is equal to 2 pi root L by G. What is the equation for the time period of simple pendulum? T is equal to 2 pi root L by G. But T, time period, is proportional to length of the pendulum. When length is increases, time period is increases. When length is decreases, time period is also decreases. Next, this time period is inversely proportional to square root of, what is a G? G is called acceleration due to gravity. T proportional to root L. Time period is proportional to square root of length of pendulum. But time period is inversely proportional to square root of acceleration due to gravity. Up to here you can write, you can get only 6 marks. And next, we know that one. N is equal to 1 by T. Substitute that N is equal to root G by L. What is N? N is the frequency. Now here frequency is proportional to square root of acceleration due to gravity, and frequency is inversely proportional to square root of the length of the pendulum. These two are very important. Based on that, we have 2 marks questions. In the next class we will discuss that. Okay, is it clear? Now next one, seconds pendulum. What is called seconds pendulum? Which pendulum? Time period means time taken for one oscillation. Which pendulum? Time period, capital T is 2 seconds. That is called seconds pendulum. That is called seconds pendulum. Which pendulum time period is 2 seconds is called seconds pendulum. Seconds pendulum length is 100 centimeter or 1 meter. Means capital T is equal to 2 seconds, L is equal to 100 centimeter or 1 meter. For which one? Seconds pendulum. Okay, up to here it is a very important question for 8 marks. Okay, you must be practice this till you can get without any doubt, and with confidently you can write on the paper. Is again important for 8 marks question. In this chapter, means in the oscillations chapter, we have 3 8 marks question. In the last classes we are studied 2. One is a particle moves in a uniform circular motion along the circumference of the circle, is proved that is in a simple harmonic motion. From the topic we proved that the displacement of the simple oscillator is expressed in harmonic functions sine and cos. After that we are proved that acceleration is proportional to displacement but acts in opposite direction. And finally, what equation we can get the topic? A is equal to minus omega square x. Up to there, that is one of the important question for 8 marks. In the last class, another 8 marks question we are studied, that is time period of a simple pendulum. Time period of simple pendulum. How we can get the equation? T is equal to 2 pi root L by G. In that one we are studied seconds pendulum definition also. These two are important for 8 marks. Now the third and last 8 marks question in this chapter is derivation of energy of simple oscillator. Derivation of energy of simple oscillator. How we can get this in the examination for 8 marks? Show that simple oscillator obeys law of conservation of energy. Otherwise, derive the energy of simple oscillator. We can get this topic in the examination in the form of 2 questions. The first question is derive the energy of simple oscillator, direct question. Otherwise, show that the simple oscillator obeys law of conservation of energy. For it, first we want to take a diagram of the simple oscillator. Simple oscillator is nothing but simple pendulum. This is the main position. You pull and release, executes on either sides of main position. It is called extreme point. It is also called extreme point. This is the main position. You pull in this direction or pull in this direction and release. Execute, moves on either sides of main position. Due to restoring force, after released, why it is moves on either sides of main position? Due to restoring force. Simple oscillator executes on either sides of mean position after pull and release due to restoring force. Okay. Now, restoring force is proportional to displacement but acts in an opposite direction. This is your pulled, this is the displacement, but restoring force acts in this direction. Displacement is in this direction, restoring force acts in this direction. So displacement and force or restoring force are in opposite direction. How we can express that? F proportional to minus x. Minus indicates which one? Opposite direction. What is F? Restoring force. What is X? Displacement. Restoring force is proportional to displacement but acts in an opposite direction. If you remove the proportionality, we will get one constant that is denoted by K. That's now we can take F is equal to minus kx as equation 1. K is called as force constant. What is F? F is called force constant. Okay. According to Newton's second law, F is equal to how much? Ma. So Ma is equal to minus kx. F is equal to Ma is equal to minus kx. You take M here, A is equal to minus k by m into x. We know that the acceleration of the particle in SHM proportional to displacement acts in opposite direction. If you remove the proportionality, we will get omega square. This topic we get in the first 8 marks question. You always remember this equation. This equation again we are used in the derivation of time period of simple pendulum. A is equal to minus omega square x. This is a very important formula you must be remember in the oscillations chapter. Okay, A is equal to minus omega square x. Compare these two. A is A, x is x. Omega square is equal to how much? K by m. It is also you must be remember. Omega square is equal to K by m. What is K? Force constant. What is the m? Mass. Okay? Right. Now, when we pull the simple oscillator from mean position, it changes its position or not? Yes, changes its position under the action of external force. Under the action of the external force, object changes its position. We can say work done by the object. So, work done by the which one? Simple oscillator. Work done by the simple oscillator to pull from mean position to extreme position for a small displacement. How we can express that? dw is equal to minus f into dx. Why we can take minus? We can pull in this direction, but displacement is in this direction, restoring force is in this direction. That's why f is equal to minus f into dx, equation 2. Substitute from equation 1 and 2. From equation 1, in the place of f you write minus kx, minus into minus plus kx. This is a small work done by the simple oscillator to pull from mean position to extreme position. Total work done by the simple oscillator is we take integration. Integral dw is equal to integral kx dx. Integral dw is equal to how much? W. This is a small amount of the work. Total work we want to calculate. Take the integration. Integral dw is equal to integral kx dx. Integral dw is how much? W. K is a constant, take outside k. Integral x dx. Integral x dx value is how much? X square by 2. So, how we can write? W is equal to half kx square. W is equal to half kx square. This work stored by the simple oscillator in the form of potential energy. Okay, if you do the work, if the object changes its position, work done by it, that work stored in the form of one energy, that energy is called potential energy, that we are studied in the work energy power chapter. Okay, now this work stored by the simple oscillator in the form of potential energy, that's why W is equal to potential energy is equal to half kx square. So potential energy is equal to half m omega square x square. How we can get this? We know that omega square is equal to k by m. From here omega square is equal to how much? K by m. From this k is equal to how much? M omega square. That's why in the place of k what we can write? half m omega square x square. Now what is the equation for the potential energy of the simple oscillator? The potential energy of the simple oscillator is half m omega square x square. M is the mass, omega square is the angular velocity. What is the x? Displacement. We know the displacement of the simple oscillator. What is the displacement of the simple oscillator? A sin omega t square. So A becomes A square, sin omega t becomes sin square omega t. So what is the another expression for the potential energy of the simple oscillator? Half m omega square A square sin omega t. Now at mean position, means this is the mean position. At mean position, what about theta or omega t? Omega t is equal to 0. At mean position, omega t is equal to 0. Otherwise we can write like this also. At mean position, theta is equal to omega t is equal to 0 degrees. So you substitute that here, omega t is 0, sin 0 is how much? 0. That's why at mean position potential energy is what happened? Minimum. Now at extreme position, theta is equal to omega t is equal pi by 2. Right. Substitute omega t is equal to pi by 2. Sin pi by 2 is how much? 1. That's why what is the potential energy at extreme position? It is maximum half m omega square A square. Means let us take a simple oscillator. This is the extreme position. At this place potential energy is maximum, that is half m omega square A square. It is a mean position. What is the potential energy? 0. Now it is again extreme position. At this place what is the potential energy? Maximum. How much? Half m omega square A square. Okay, potential energy we got it. But to get the energy, we know that what is the energy? It is the sum of potential energy and kinetic energy. Yes, you record up to here. Now I am removing this. Simple oscillator possesses kinetic energy is pulled from mean position to extreme position. Now we know the equation for the kinetic energy, half m v square, half m. What is the v? Velocity. We know the equation for the velocity of the simple oscillator. It is also has two forms. The first form is omega into root a square minus x square whole square. Now half m omega square a square minus x square. So kinetic energy is half m omega square a square minus x square. This is the kinetic energy of the simple oscillator without harmonic function. Now you take a harmonic function. Half m. What about v? A omega cos omega t. This is the kinetic energy of the simple oscillator without harmonic function. With harmonic function, kinetic energy is called half m. What is the velocity of the simple oscillator? It is also we are proved in the circular motion of the particle with uniform velocity. V is equal to a omega cos omega t. So kinetic energy is equal to half m a square omega square cos square omega t. This is the equation for the which one? Kinetic energy of the simple oscillator. Again here we take the conditions. Now what are that? At mean position, theta is equal to omega t is equal to 0 degrees. So kinetic energy is equal to half m a square omega square cos square 0. Cos square 0 is how much? 1. So kinetic energy is maximum half m omega square a square. Where it is? At mean position. Next, at extreme position, theta is equal to omega t is equal to pi by 2. Kinetic energy is equal to half m omega square a square cos square pi by 2. Cos pi by 2 means cos 90. Cos 90 is 0. That's why 0. Kinetic energy is 0. Means in case of a simple oscillator at mean position, kinetic energy is maximum. At extreme position, kinetic energy is 0. At this extreme position also kinetic energy is 0. But at mean position, what is the kinetic energy? Maximum. How much? Half m omega square a square. Now, total energy is equal to potential energy plus kinetic energy. Total energy E. Potential energy formula half m omega square x square. Kinetic energy half m omega square a square minus x square is equal to half m omega x square plus half m omega square a square minus half m omega x square. Both are cancelled. Is equal to half m omega square a square. This is the total energy of the simple oscillator. What is the energy of the simple oscillator? Is equal to half m omega square a square. Now here is equal to half m. What is omega? 2 pi n square a square is equal to half m 4 pi square n square a square. So is equal to 2 pi square m a square n square. So what we can get here? E proportional to n square is equal to 2 pi square m square a square into 1 by t square. Here it is. Why? N is equal to 1 by t. So E proportional to 1 by T square. Means the energy of the simple oscillator is proportional to square of the frequency. When the frequency increases, energy increases. What is the meaning of frequency? Number of oscillations in 1 second is called frequency. That's why the energy of the simple oscillator is proportional to square of the frequency, or inversely proportional to square of the time period. Now let us see at point A, point B, point C. At A means extreme, E is equals. What about A? Extreme position. Okay. Potential energy at A, E is equal to potential energy plus kinetic energy. What about E? Potential energy at extreme point is how much? Half m omega square a square. Kinetic energy is how much? 0. E is equal to half m omega square a square. At B, what happened? Is equal to potential energy plus kinetic energy. So what we can get? E is equal to 0 plus half m omega square a square. So what about? It is at A. It is at B. How much? Half m omega square a square. Next one. Let us see. A, B is complete. Next one. Let us see. E is equal to potential energy plus kinetic energy. E is equal to, what about potential energy? Half m omega square a square plus 0. Then what about EC? Half m omega square a square. Means what it is concluded at point A, at point B, at point C, total energy what happened? Remains constant. EA is equal to, EB is equal to, EC is equal to half m omega square a square. It proves that simple oscillator obeys law of conservation of energy. Now we want to plot a graph. This is the graph. Along x-axis we want to take displacement. Along y-axis we can take a energy. This is 0. Here it is minus a. Here it is plus a. Now let us take another line. Okay. This is the mean position, extreme position, and another extreme position. At extreme position, which is maximum? At extreme position, potential energy is maximum. So we get the graph like this. Is potential energy. Why? Potential energy is maximum at extreme position and also extreme position, but mean position 0. But kinetic energy like this. What is this? This is kinetic energy curve. Okay, this is the kinetic energy curve, this is the potential energy curve. This is a very important question in this chapter. The topic is time period of mass loaded spring. Time period means time taken for one oscillation or one vibration, but mass loaded spring makes the vibrations. This is the spring, M mass is loaded, pull and release makes the vibrations, means it moves mean position to extreme position, means it moves on either sides of mean position. Mass M is loaded on the spring, is pulled and released, executes on either sides of mean position. Why it is executes on either sides of mean position? Due to restoring force which is proportional to displacement and lies in the opposite direction. How we can express that? That is, F proportional to here displacement is y, F proportional to minus y, opposite direction, so minus. Remove the proportional, T we will get one constant. This constant K is called spring constant. We know that from Newton's second law, F is equal to how much? Ma. From Newton's second law, F is equal to Ma. Write F instead of F, Ma is equal to minus Ky. You take this Me here denominator, A is equal to minus K by M into Y. Take that as equation 1. And number of times I am said to you, you must be remember the condition of a simple oscillator. We know that acceleration is proportional to displacement but acts in opposite direction. What is the equation for it is? A is equal minus omega square y. Let us take equation 2. A is equal to minus omega square y. Equation 2. Compare equation 1 and equation 2. Y. But omega square is equal to how much? K by M. Omega is equal to root K by M. What is omega? 2 pi by T is equal to root K by M. Take reverse, T by 2 pi and M by K. It is K by M, now it is M by K. Take here, T is equal to 2 pi root M by K. This is the time period of the mass loaded spring. What is the mathematical equation for time period of mass loaded spring? T is equal to 2 pi root M by K. We know that N is equal to 1 by T. So N is equal to 1 by 2 pi root K by M. This is the frequency of mass loaded spring. Now, simple oscillator. We have one differential equation for the simple oscillator. That is called second order differential equation. The simple oscillator has one differential equation. Especially this is important for MPC students and also for BPC students also. We will discuss this topic in second year. That's why I am explaining now. Now, differential equation of simple oscillator. Now, how we can get it? We know that the statement is there, restoring force proportional to displacement. You take x or y, whatever it may be displacement. F is equal to minus kx. According to Newton's second law, F is ma. Ma is equal to minus kx. M, what is the A? Acceleration. How we can write acceleration? A is equal to dv by dx or d square x by dt square. How we can get this? Now, A is equal to dV by dt. A is equal to d by dt into, what about V? Dx by dt. So what we can get? A is equal to d square x by dt square. This is the mechanism for this. A is equal to d square x by dt square, we can get in this way. A is equal to dv by dt. What is V? Dx by dt. Acceleration, rate of change of velocity. Velocity, rate of change of displacement. D square x by dt square. So we can write A is like this. Okay. Sorry, don't take here m. Minus kx. Take m here. D square x by dt square minus k by m into x. What is k by m? K by m is equal to omega square. So d square x by dt square is equal to minus omega square x. Take in this side becomes plus. D square x by dt square plus omega square x is equal to 0. This is the differential equation of simple oscillator. But how much the order power? How much 2? That's why this is second order differential equation and also differential equation of a simple oscillator. Here x is variable. If take x is equal to a sin omega t, you substitute x is equal to a sin omega t, we get the answer is 0. If we substitute x is equal to a sin omega t, here also a sin omega t, answer is 0. That's why this is the solution of this equation. This is the solution of above equation. Okay, this is the second order differential equation of the which one? Simple oscillator. Harmonic motion. In the periodic motion, displacement of the particle is expressed by the harmonic functions either sine and cos. So the periodic motion is called harmonic motion. Harmonic motion is how many types? 2 types. One is simple harmonic motion. The topics studied up to now. Whatever the topics studied up to now based on the simple harmonic motion. In that one we know the condition. What are the condition? Particle must execute on either sides of the mean position and acceleration is proportional to displacement but acts in opposite direction. Acceleration is always acts towards the mean position but amplitude remains constant. Then it is called simple harmonic motion. If amplitude is not constant, remaining all conditions are satisfied by the object. Only amplitude is not constant, remaining all conditions are satisfied by the periodic motion or harmonic motion. It is not a simple harmonic motion, it is called damped harmonic motion. Now what is a damped harmonic motion? What is a differential equation? Now we want to discuss. Damped harmonic motion. Amplitude of simple oscillator decreases gradually, not immediately, gradually means slowly before comes to the rest. This harmonic motion is called damped harmonic motion, shortcut DHM. Damped harmonic motion. The amplitude of simple oscillator decreases gradually before comes to the rest. This harmonic motion is called damped harmonic motion. Example, swing in air. In air, uyala, galilo ugte. Swing in air. What happened? First like this, then. What is amplitude? Decreases gradually and comes to the rest. What is that one? Amplitude decreases gradually and comes to the rest. This type of a harmonic motion is called damped harmonic motion. Example, swing in air. Okay, air is resist, stops. Air is resist, stops the oscillation of swing. This resist is depends on velocity of air. The velocity of the air is more, this resist is more. Okay, here we know that F proportional to minus x. Restoring force is proportional to displacement but in opposite direction. What is this one? Damping force, stop, resisting force, tapping force is proportional to velocity of the air but in opposite direction. If we remove the proportionality, we will get one constant. This is called force constant. Here R is called damping constant for air. Okay, you take these two, F is equal to minus RV minus Kx. According to Newton's second law, F is equal to ma. You write as usually. What is A? D square x by dt square. Velocity dx by dt. You take m here. M is divides d square x by dt square minus r by m dx by dt minus k by m into x. R by m is taken as minus 2b. We know that k by m is equal to omega square. Take in this side, we get this equation. The negative signs becomes positive. This is the differential equation of damped oscillator. Here x is variable. If we substitute x is equal to a into e to the power of minus bt sine beta t plus phi, answer becomes 0. That's why this is the solution of this equation. Okay, what is example for damped oscillator? Swing in air. Okay, next one. This is the last topic in this chapter, forced oscillations. We know that the swing amplitude is gradually decrease and comes to the rest. Means the swing in air is facing a damping force by the air. Damping force by the air, so that its amplitude is decreases. Now we want to keep the amplitude is constant even a damping force is present. Damping force is present. Damping force is present, amplitude what happened? Decreases gradually. But what you want to do now, damping is present, amplitude is decreases, this is a compulsory, but we want to keep amplitude is constant even a damping force is acts. What we want to do? We want to apply one force periodically. We want to apply a force repeatedly, periodically. That force is called driving force, drive, or periodic force, repeat force, periodic force, it is called driving force. Due to that, amplitude is constant. At that time, the oscillations made by the object is called forced oscillations. Now what is the forced oscillations? Oscillations made by the simple oscillator. Oscillations made by the simple oscillator under the action of external driving force. External driving force or external periodic force. Oscillations made by the simple oscillator under the action of external driving force or external periodic force with constant amplitude. Even a damping force is acts on the object is called forced oscillations. Okay, damping is present but amplitude is constant. For that we are applying a periodic force or driving force is called as which one? Forced oscillations. Now, the special case of forced oscillations is a resonance. The special case of forced oscillations is resonance. Now, what is a resonance? The natural vibrations of the object is coincide with external driving force, the external driving force vibrations. The natural vibrations of the object is coincide with the driving force vibrations. The result exhibits the object. Result exhibits the object is called resonance. What is a resonance? The natural vibrations of the object coincide with external driving force vibrations. The result exhibits the object is called resonance. Due to the resonance, what will happen? Due to the resonance, an object makes more vibrations and amplitude also becomes maximum. Due to the resonance, amplitude becomes maximum. Okay, these are the topics in this chapter. Okay, this is the one of the important chapter. Why means from this chapter we will get one 8 marks question, and next in this chapter we have 3 8 marks questions. You must be practiced rigorously. Okay, one is the uniform circular motion of the object is a simple harmonic motion. That is the first 8 marks question. Next, simple pendulum, time period derivation and definition of seconds pendulum. And the third one is the derivation of energy of simple oscillator, and we want to prove that it obeys law of conservation of energy.